Hey, what's up? Wix here again. Welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, we're finally going to be testing the headlight for the new turbo position. Let's go. Alright, so because I've got this front mounted headlight, turbo mounted setup going on here, I can no longer run the factory headlight because the housing at the back hits the turbo. I was aware of this. I was kind of told that it might fit, but I can't find the way past it, so I've had to buy an aftermarket headlight. So today is about trying to fit that up. It's come with some brackets finally, so we're just going to try and sort out the brackets and try and get this new headlight on. So let's go take a look at it. Alright, so here it is. So if you know, you know, but if you don't know, this is the turbo duct headlight from Carbonectics here in Australia. So a very expensive part, but when you've got no choice, sometimes you've got to fork out a bit of money, but it's a nice product. When it first turned up, this is all that came. Obviously there's no brackets to bolt it on. Gave the guys a ring. Took a little while, but they finally sent me some brackets. So I've got 4 weird brackets here, 4 bolts, 4 nuts. So I need to figure out. Comes with a few holes on it. Now I'm saying this because I haven't actually found the video of anyone installing one of these. They do say that it's a direct bolt on, not so direct if you have to figure out where the brackets go on. Maybe once they're on, then it's direct bolt on, but for now I need to figure out which of these holes and which bracket goes on which hole, because they're all different brackets. So this is my old headlight. I've only got 4 to go off, 1, 2, 3, 4, which is 4 brackets, but there's 5 holes on this, so I need to figure out which brackets go into which hole. So that'll take me a little while. Alright, so not having much luck with these. After looking at it for some time, I'm pretty certain that either these brackets are not the correct brackets, but everything's not lining up properly. This bracket looks like it's the proper one, but I've had to drill a few holes to get it right. This was the hole that the light came with. I thought I measured right, drilled a hole here. That was wrong. I had to move it back a little bit where the bolt is now. Now that bracket lines up perfectly. Yeah, the only other bracket that lines up perfectly is this top one, which is this one here. That lines up pretty good, so I'm pretty happy with that one. So far I've got one bracket done. I've had to modify the hole on the headlight to make this one work. The next 2 I'm working on now is this one and this one here. So 2 down, 2 to go. Alright, so I've had a bit of progress. Just remember I said this is probably the only hole that lined up with this bracket. Now this hole here, I've had to drill that hole where this bolt's sitting, because the actual hole, you can see that little scratch there, that's where the hole is. So I pretty much figured out that's the only bracket that can go there out of the other one that I've got left. It's a lot longer and bigger. I'm not sure how they would have expected me to bolt through the fender. I'm not sure, so I've drilled my own hole just to make it easy. I'm not sure if that'll work yet. I'm pretty confident that'll work. That thing's bolted in at the moment. I've got this one sorted. Let's see if we can see it from behind there. Oh, yep. So there's the bracket there. And I've had to steal the, not sure what you call them, the little bolt clips. I'll go show you one on the other headlight. But I've had to put that in because that's what it screws into. So that one's lined up pretty good. Again, I've had to drill my own hole for this bracket to fit. So I've had to drill my own hole for the bottom one, my own hole for the top left one. This one lines up, and now I've got this one to go. I think the hole, I'm going to have to end up drilling my own hole in this one also, but on top of that, the bracket's just totally wrong because it's a flat bracket. It needs to be a 90. I'll pull the headlight off now and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so this is my last bracket that I need to sort out. So what I have sorted out, I can hold that with one hand. These little grooves here are the parts that bolt to the headlight, and it allows you to slide it in and out with these bolts, and the bigger holes are for the bigger bolts that bolt to the car. So this is my dilemma, because it's a flat bracket. If I bolt it like that, then the hole's useless to me. Not only that, where this current hole in the headlight is, which is just there, it's too high, so I need to move it down to align with this hole here where my finger is. Drill a new hole, put a bolt in it, or maybe bend it first, but it needs to be a 90, so it's like that coming across the hole. I'm probably going to have to drill a new hole around here somewhere. We can probably cut the rest of this off. I will lose some length as I bend it, but I reckon I won't need this part off, so I can probably cut that off, and I'm guessing that I'll be drilling a new hole somewhere around here. So that's my last dilemma. Bending this as a 90, drill a new hole, and then I think I'll be good to go, and we can get it bolted on the car, get the front bumper on, and see what it looks like. Alright, so finally I've had some success and I've managed to bolt this headlight in. That took me about 3 or 4 hours. I had to go shoot up to Bunnings to get another drill bit, because one of the brackets, my drill bits that I had, wasn't able to drill a hole, so I had to go buy another drill bit. Got it done, and now she's in there. And looking at it, it probably does exactly what I was hoping it to do, and that's showcase the turbo inside. I'm not sure if you can see that, but that looks pretty perfect. I still need to wire up this light. At the moment I've just bolted it in there, so I'll open the bonnet and we'll take a look at the brackets I made. Alright, so there's those two brackets. Here's the third bracket in there that I had to drill a new hole for. And here's the last bracket just in here that I had to make a 90 for, so I could bolt that one in. Now, being picky, there's a little bit of a gap protruding out there. I thought it would sit flush. It's not too bad up here. Sits inside the guard a little bit. I guess if I played around with the brackets, maybe I might be able to push it out, but I really don't think so. We'll see what happens with that. Sits nicely over here. In front sits nicely, it just sticks out a little bit. I'm not sure which way I can... maybe that bracket that I made is pushing it out a little bit, but that was actually quite hard to make, and that's the one I needed the drill bit for, to put a hole in it. But otherwise, that's the headlight all in there. I've managed to sort out some wiring, so I've just tapped into the wires for the main factory plug. And just in case you're wondering, if you're looking at the plug from this angle, that top right one, top right corner is the park light, and the one directly under it is your headlight. And the negative tapping into is this one here, the second one from the left at the top. I'll try and put some arrows in while I'm editing the video to show you which ones they are. So I've tapped into them. started taping them up. Thought I'd just leave them loose until I actually connect them. So I've got 3 wires, negative, black, this positive here is my LED ring, and then the one with the black tape is the main headlight. So 3 wires, which are these 3 wires down here. So this just comes with a negative positive for the LED ring and a negative positive for the main headlight. So I've tied the 2 negatives together. The red, solid red, is the headlight, and the pink one is the positive for the LED ring. so you've got the ring and the main headlight inside. So I'm guessing there's no high beam on this, which is just part and parcel of aftermarket gear, I suppose. I mean, it looks nice, doesn't function exactly like a factory headlight, and I do intend on making my factory headlight work somehow, but this is what I've got for now. So what I'll do is I'll buy a 3-pin Deutz plug. I'd prefer to put a plug on them rather than just hardwire them, because if I ever need to remove the headlight, now I'm stuck with hard wires. So I'll put a Deutz plug on here, maybe somewhere around where my thumb is now, cut all the excess off, put the other end on there, and then I've got a connector for the headlight, and then I'll put it back in, and I should be able to, I'll leave it there for now. I'll bolt it up so it sits in there, looks really nice with that turbo. And the ducting is not 100% perfect, but I want to say 90% perfect angle, perfect view into the turbo. So I've had enough for today. It's getting quite warm out here this afternoon, so once I get a plug connector, Deutz complete connector, I will carry on finishing off this installation. Okay, so I'm having a bit of a night session. Finally got this Deutz connector, 3-pin, so now I can put a connector on this end of the headlight and then put one on the car, mount it up, plug it up, and hopefully it works. So I'll get this connector all connected onto these wires here first. Got this plug plugged in now, so again I've just got it teed into the factory plug that was still sitting here from the old headlight, and when I get to it I will sort these wires out of the way. The light's just sitting in there for now, but it's time to turn the car on and see if we can get the LED going for the park light and then the main light for the headlight. Alright, so let's see, park light. Oh yep, got something. Alright, so that's really hard to see, but that's the outside LED going. Same as the other lights, so no headlight yet. Now we'll switch the headlight on. And yeah, got that working as well. That's pretty bright actually. And then on it as well, I've got some screws, so I'm guessing so you can adjust the height of the headlight. But otherwise, job well done. So I'm guessing all that needs to happen now is I need to put the headlight on properly, and I might leave the bumper off for now because I need to do some stuff to the intercooler, but we'll have a look at it in the morning when I get some better light. I'm very happy with that. Let's turn that headlight off again. That's just the LED. Through the camera it just looks like a full light, but it's just the LED going around the outside. Alright, another win. Alright, the sun's back up again in the morning. I've bolted up this headlight as it should be with the headlight surround on it. So I'm just about to put the front bumper back on. I'm not too happy with the way that it sticks out here. I will probably change that a bit later on. It probably requires, I reckon, just that bracket in there, maybe coming forward a bit so it sits the light back in a bit. I don't think that's a big drama, but I'll carry on with all the other stuff I need to do, and I'll worry about that later when I want to make everything look pretty. But that's all bolted in. I've got my little plug in there plugged in, and again I'll have to secure that wire to keep it away from the wastegate right here. Secure that wire maybe somehow on the inside. Where are we looking? Secure this wire here on the inside somewhere. I'll just leave that there for now. I just want to get the bumper on one more time just to see what she sits and looks like. We'll turn the car on, make sure the lights are working, and then I'll call that a wrap. Doesn't look too bad. I probably do need to move these brackets if I want to close this gap up, and also there's a bit of a gap between the bonnet and the light. The light probably needs to come up a little bit, so I'm thinking if I play around with the brackets just a little bit more, that might sit nicely. But that's sitting in there. I can't move that. That's pretty solid, so I'm pretty happy with that. Just so happens that this particular headlight from Carbonectics and this little turbo ducting here, or hole in the headlight, works out almost perfect for this turbo. I'm pretty happy with that. Probably could have set the turbo a bit better, but I'm pretty lucky that that was a kit and this was a separate light, not made for each other, but they kind of work well with each other. So I'm real happy about that. Anyway, before I finish this, I just want to turn the car on and make sure that these lights are going, so I'll go ahead and do that. Right, it's a little bit hard to tell, but that's the LED ring going for the park light. So I'll just turn on the main headlight, and it's the main headlight going as well. So we've got one light working and installed. Alright, cool, so I've pretty much finished that for now. Like I said, I probably need to play around to get this sitting a little better, but overall I'm pretty happy with it. I'm happy that I have a headlight. I didn't intend on buying an aftermarket headlight if I didn't have to, but I kind of needed to because the turbo sits so close. And one day I hope to try and figure out some way of sitting the other light back in. I'd prefer that one back in to this one, but this does look pretty cool. Obviously now I've got two different headlights, which is a certain look that a lot of people like and a lot of people don't as well. So hopefully it'll grow with me. Overall, I'm pretty happy with that. Alright, so thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next episode. Ciao.